Hi, 6th graders. We're gonna work on your graffiti name project. This is a project that we were gonna do next in class, so now we're just gonna do it at home, and I can't wait to see what you guys make by uploading your finished projects, whatever that might look like for you, to Artsonia. So I know that we don't all have the same supplies, so all you really need is you can make it work for you. Whatever you have available, that's what you should use. If all you have is a pencil to do this whole project, that's okay. If you have anything to color it with, once we're done drawing, you can use markers, like if you have Sharpies or Crayola markers, if that works for you. If you have crayons or colored pencils or pastels, whatever works for you, that's what you should do. If you aren't able to color it, that's okay, I understand. You could do some shading with a pencil. You don't even have to do this on paper. If you have a device like an iPad or something like that where you would like to make this artwork digitally, you are more than welcome to do that. You can snap a screenshot and upload that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some bubble letters. And so you can do your first name, you can do your last name, you can do your first name and last name. Some kids do their first name, last initial in the past. But I probably would just stick with first name, because then you can really focus on that and not be overwhelmed by the amount of letters that you have, because that will be kind of a lot. So I'm gonna do my first name, which is Molly, and I'm gonna have everybody start off the same way, and then you guys can choose whatever style that you want. Well, I would start them all off the same way. And the way that we would do that is just to write our name in the general size and spacing that we think that we want it to be. So I'm gonna do my name, and I'm gonna do this really light. This is gonna be like a skeleton inside of our letters, okay? So it's eventually gonna get erased. So, you know, if you have an eraser, whatever kind of eraser, you wanna have that handy, because you are gonna be erasing, you know, we're all gonna make mistakes. So just do this part as lightly as you can. I want mine to be all capitals, so I am gonna make mine all capitals. And like I said, I'm figuring out the spacing. It's probably really hard for you guys to see this right now, but I'll hold it up to I think I might make my I lowercase. So let me hold that up so you guys can see it. All right, so super light, just that skeleton. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use those skeleton letters. I'm gonna draw around them to draw my bubble letters, but the skeleton is important because it's kind of like a placeholder for where each of those bubble letters is gonna go. So I'm basically like making a shape now around this line. So we're going from lines to shapes to help me make that bubble letter and make sure that I have enough room for all of them. This is especially important if you're somebody that has like a really long name, like let's say like the name Alexander, right? That's a lot of letters. And so you wanna make sure, like if you start, this is what I always see students do if I don't go over this step, is they will just start drawing their bubble letters, and then they'll realize that they've run out of room, you know, because they have so many letters to do. So they'll spend all this time drawing out all their bubble letters. They realize they don't have enough room. So this step helps you avoid that, right? Wasting all that time making your beautiful drawing and then realizing it's not gonna work out. So I know some people don't wanna try this, but trust me, I really know what I'm talking about here. Try it out. It's not the only way to do it, but I think it is a really efficient way. So now I'm gonna take my pencil and, like I said, draw a shape around those lines. And this is where you can kind of get fancy with your style. You know, you can make really interesting letters, and you don't have to focus on where exactly is it gonna go, because you just know you're making a shape around that line that you already have. So they can all fit some kind of style. I don't know, I kind of went with making mine furry here for some reason. So maybe I'll do that. Here's my O. Okay. but they can look however you want. They can be as simple or as complicated as you want them to be. Okay, so here's my name. I'm gonna draw a few other ones and show you guys what they look like and add them onto here just to show you how many different ways. There are literally endless ways that you could make your name look. Feel free to be really creative. I'm also gonna do some other names just to kind of show you like I said, some different options and spacing and things, because if your name is longer, you know, it might be hard to kind of fit it in and make it look like how I did mine here. But maybe they look like little Christmas trees, almost kind of. But I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with for this step. When you're done with drawing your shapes on this step, you want to erase that skeleton line on the inside. All right, so saw this one I did before. Here's one in a totally different style. You can see I used that skeleton inside the letters here again. Another style. I tried a longer name just to show you. You know, it is a little bit more complicated to get everything to fit, but just do your best. And a different name. And if you're really feeling like you're struggling with drawing all of the letters of your name, you are more than welcome to just do your initials. Whatever you choose to do though, your name or your initials or whatever, however you want to come about getting to this point, you want to make sure that the space inside of the bubble letters or block letters that you're making is big enough that you're going to be able to color inside of there. Like this one or really like any of these, but you don't want to make it super skinny. Because then you won't really have the opportunity to, like, you know, if this is my letter, you don't want to make it so skinny that you don't have any space to end up coloring inside of there. Like, you could still color in there, I guess, but, you know, it wouldn't be near as much as like, obviously something like this. So just kind of keep that in mind, but whatever kind of letters you come up with are going to be great.